Hello, it is Saturday, June 17th, a little after 5. So, what's been happening? What did I do last night? Oh, right. Last night I went and met Alicia. I did some errands. By the time I put this up, I'm sure that'll have been up. I did a quick um, rose garden party, like little video, and then like I bought a couple things at H&M yesterday, so I put that up today. Well, I don't know when it'll go up, but it'll have been up. I'll link it. But anyway, it's now Saturday, and I want to pause this. Today I went to the gym. Okay, is it paused? Yes. I went to the gym this morning and worked out. And then I came home. I FaceTimed with my sister. Oh. Sorry, that was my alarm going off because I also caught a cat nap. I wanted to make sure I was up by now. So anyway, I FaceTimed with my sister, and then I went and met Alicia. We poked around a little bit. There was a fall trunk show at St. John. Oh my God. There is so much that's going to be coming in that is just so beautiful. Apparently they have a new designer, so it still has that St. John look, but there are definitely some newer kind of pieces, and it is just like beautiful. So anyway, so we did that, and then we had a really nice lunch. We nestled in at the Oak Bar, had a glass of wine, had some lunch, yapped, whatever. And then I wasn't really going to go out tonight, but then Alicia was like, oh, do you want to have dinner? I was like, sure, why not? So I'm going out tonight. And so I've just gotten up from so I came home from having lunch with her, and then I did some more research so my summer is coming together nicely. So here's how I think it's going to happen. There's not a ton happening between, for the next month. So, it's late June, until mid to late July, mid-July. It's mid-June to mid-July. But in between, I'm going to do a couple small things. We're doing I'm going with Alicia, Doug, and her mother down. We're going to just do a day trip to P-Town on the Monday of 4th of July weekend. So that'll be really fun. And then I'm planning at some point, probably in the next couple weeks, to just go into New York City for a day or two. I think I might have already told you this. I want to go see the Comme des Garçons exhibit at the Met. I'd like to see a show, do a couple things like that. And then, I don't have much planned then until I think in mid-July, I'm going to go into Charleston and spend, I'm not sure exactly how many, maybe 4 or 5 days in Charleston. And I'm thinking I'm going to stay at the Dewberry. If anybody has tips, let me know. But I have, in the past, stayed at the King Charles Inn, which is a really nice, Best Western or whatever. And it's a really, really good location. But the Dewberry is, beautiful. So I think I'm going to stay at the Dewberry. And then I'm going to go for a week, rent a villa on Kiowa. And the week is going to be the last week in July. And Alicia's going to come down for part of the time, and we're going to sell. And Sandy, my friend from Vermont, she and her husband also have a place outside of Charleston, so she's going to come down. But I think we're going to celebrate Alicia's birthday, on Kiowa, which would be really fun. And Alicia's never been to Kiowa, and so she's really excited to go. And then I'm going to come back, and a week later, so my sister and her husband and a couple of their friends are renting a house in Woodstock, New York. And so the house has an extra bedroom. They did an Airbnb, and oh my God, it is beautiful. Airbnb, big 3-bedroom house, beautiful, huge modern kitchen. Everybody there likes to cook, so it'll be really fun. Lovely, lovely big pool. I'm really excited. So I'm going to probably rent a car and go spend 3 or 4 days with them. They're doing a whole week, but I'll probably go for 3 or 4 days. So that is my summer at the moment. So somehow retirement is filling up. So, anyway, I'm on my way out. Not quite yet. It's not even 5:30, but I'm dressed and ready to go because I got up from my nap and I was like, I may as well get myself organized. We're going to this restaurant in South Boston called The Maiden. And Alicia and I are going with another friend of ours, Erica. She's bringing 2 friends along. And also, when I was with Alicia, we have this friend Hannah, who's like an amazing, amazing graphic designer. And every time Hannah is not a planner at all. Like, she is definitely like a spur of the moment kind of person. So every time I see Hannah, she's like, next time you and Alicia are out, like, text me and, maybe I can come meet you. And we were talking about the Maiden, and that's close to where she lives. So she was like, and especially if you're there. So I said to Alicia, I'm like, if we're going to go to the Maiden tonight, let's text Hannah. So Hannah's going to come join us too. So I'm really excited. So that is it. And then in other exciting news, I'm wearing my new Balmain jacket, which, is exciting news, but it's unfortunate that it's cool enough in, June to be wearing it. But it was cool today. So anyway, I'm wearing my Balmain jacket with just a Vince top, my frame denim, these Laurent Staccato booties. And I think, I've been carrying this Chanel bag today. I think I'm just going to wear this still. I was thinking about, I have like a forest green, beautiful, like mock croc, like clutch, but I think I'm going to just carry this because it's already packed and ready to go, and clutches are more work. So that is my excitement of the day. So I hope you're having a good one. I'll see you soon. Bye. Okay, it's Sunday morning, and I'm just sitting here like reading through the comments on my last video, and I've been meaning to say something to you all, and I don't want to forget. So sans makeup, Sunday morning, workout attire, here I am. So a lot of you have been asking me about the music I've been putting in my videos, and so for a while I was using just regular music, and the problem with that is with all the copyright rules, some of that means when I use certain songs in certain countries, you can't, like the playback, you can't see it on certain devices, you can't see it. So I had found out about this service called Epidemic Sound, which is basically like a subscription music service of non-copyrighted music. So while I could tell you all what the songs are, unless you subscribe to Epidemic Sound, you can't, like, it's not like you can just get it. So that's why when you guys like use Shazam or one of those services to try to figure out what the songs are, it's not on there because it's not a normal, like, everyday copyrighted song. So I've been meaning to tell you guys that, so I didn't want to forget. So that's that. Last night, Alicia, our friend Hannah, and I went to this restaurant called The Maiden. Another friend and her little gaggle of girls did not end up coming, which ended up being nice because it was really nice to catch up with Hannah. It's been really a while. So it was a really fun night. And now I'm just going to go out and do some exercise. I don't know, it might be drizzling a little, but I kind of don't care. And then I'm going to come home, make myself breakfast, and I don't know what I'm doing with the rest of my day. But I'm off the sauce today. I'm definitely cooking myself dinner. I went to Whole Foods on Friday. So I think I'm going to either make chicken Milanese, because I have some chicken, or I got some kind of steak. Like, I don't remember. Like a flat iron or something like that. One of those kinds of cuts of beef. And so I'm going to make one of those tonight. And just I think I'm going to really just kind of chill. I might go out and do some errands. And I need to, I've got clothes everywhere. Like, I picked up stuff at the dry cleaners. Like, I've somehow run out of hangers. So I need to organize myself. But I think today, well, maybe not today. I don't know how. Either today or tomorrow, I'm going to call and book my IKEA villa, which I'm really excited about. And I think that's it for now. And of course, I'm going to call my dad for Father's Day. Yeah. So that's all I have to say at the moment. I just didn't want to forget to tell you that. And I will be back with you later. Bye. Good morning. It is Monday, June 19th, 10 to 8. I'm up and dressed. I have a meeting this morning at 8:30, and actually I have a motor because I have to motor because I want to walk there. Because, well, I don't know. It's nice out, but it's not nice out. It's really muggy. So I think I'm going to walk, which is part of the reason also. I was going to wear my new Marc Jacobs blouse, but I'm like, if I'm going to walk and it's muggy, like this might be better for the walking. But anyway, I stayed in last night. I made a really yummy dinner. What kind of steak was it? Not a skirt steak, maybe. Not a flank, I think a skirt. It was delicious. It's one of those, like, can be a tougher cut of meat, but if you can't overcook it, and you're supposed to cook it, I think, on really high heat, which is what I did. So I basically marinated it in a little olive oil, lemon juice, and Dijon mustard, just for like an hour or so. And then I cooked it like in a pan, on kind of high heat. It was really good. I had that with some broccoli and some mozzarella and tomato. It was lovely. So I did that last night, and then this morning I have this meeting. At 11 I have my trainer. And then I was supposed to have dinner plans with a friend of mine tonight, but she had to cancel it because of something with her kids. And, in a way I'm okay with it because I've been eating out so much and I have so many plans this week that I think it'll be nice to stay in tonight. Oh, that reminds me, my friend Allison texted me last night. I didn't text her back. Got to do that after we're done here. But anyway, so I'm getting ready to go. A couple things. I'm wearing this Bobbi Brown lipstick. I think it's called, I just looked at the name. I always do this. It is called Pink Cloud. Yeah, so Pink Cloud, just light nudie pink. And I'm wearing my Creed Aventus for her. And I'm carrying my new Chloe bag, which I have been like loving. So this is the getup. This is an Etro top. I've had it for like years. This is a really old Nanette Lepore skirt, my Saint Laurent shoes, and this bag. Because I can actually throw it on crossbody for the walk over for my meeting. It'll be like a 25-minute walk, I think. So hopefully it's not too hot out because I don't want to be gross when I get there. Yeah, and that is it for now, I guess. See you later. Bye. Oh, hello. It is Wednesday, June 21st at almost 6 p.m. Summer solstice, first day of summer. I am going out to meet my friend for dinner. So basically, a couple things. One, the tall ships were in Boston for the last few days. So that was a really big deal here apparently. And they haven't been here in 17 years or something like that. And so last night, I went out to dinner with a few friends and we went to a restaurant right on the water. So we got to see some of the tall ships. They didn't have their sails up, but it was neat. I wasn't going to really go out of my way. I thought of walking down there on Sunday just to check it out, but it was so hot and muggy that I didn't feel like it. So anyway, so I went last night to this restaurant called Mastro's, which is a chain. If I'm talking weird, I bit my tongue today. So sorry. Anyway, Mastro's is a chain, and I've been to the one in Beverly Hills. Am I repeating myself? Have I said this to you already another time, or did I say this to a friend? Anyway, I didn't love the one in Beverly Hills, but the one here was great. It literally opened just last week, and the service, they must have really trained the heck out of those people. I thought the service was really, really good. So we had a lovely night. We sat outside. It's right along the water. I was really glad to have tried it. And then separately, I made plans with another friend tonight, and there's a restaurant called Lola, which is also a restaurant that's on Nantucket. And the very first time I had ever been to Lola, I think around the time it had just opened on Nantucket, I went with this friend of mine, Marlene. And we had, it just, it was one of our, it was a trip we took a long time ago. It was at the very end of September, so that's when Nantucket is like really winding down. And I'll never forget, like we ordered, it's one of these restaurants, they have like food and like regular, like cooked food, like regular, not even Japanese food, but American food. But then also they have good sushi. And so we had gotten a whole bunch of stuff, one of which was an order of salmon sashimi. And then at the end of the meal, when they came over and asked if we wanted dessert, we both looked at each other and we were like, we want more salmon sashimi. So anyway, when I made plans with her, I said, let's go to Lola. Like, there's one in Boston now. So we're going there tonight. But coincidentally, and I didn't realize this at the time, it's literally next to Mastro's. It's in like an apartment or condo building, like on the bottom floor, but on the back out looking, like overlooking the water. So I'm going to Lola tonight. I'm meeting her at 7. Like I said, it's almost 6. And I think I'm going to walk because it's beautiful. And, it's a far walk. It's probably like between 1.5 and 2 miles. But I've got the time and it's beautiful out, so why not? So this morning, what did I do? Oh, I had my hair appointment because Patrice had to cancel on me yesterday, so she squeezed me in this morning. So I had her cut my bangs shorter and like my hair overall shorter, so it's a little shorter and blah, blah, blah. But I'm freshly coiffed. And then I had a nice little networking, like this guy that I worked with. He worked for a company that my company did business with, and he had pinged me through LinkedIn, so he and I met up, which was really nice. And then I went and met my friend Lonnie for lunch at this place called Salty Girl. Oh my God, so good. It's been open for a while, but it's small and very busy. And it's a seafood restaurant, like fresh oysters. Weirdly, oddly, maybe I'm just not familiar, they have all this like tinned seafood, which apparently is one of their things. So Lonnie and I shared they have like a little smoked salmon plate with like a mini bagel. So it was nice. It's like not too much, but the salmon was really good. We shared that. It was some sort of king crab roll, like a sushi roll. And then we shared like one of the tinned fishes. We got the tinned trout. It was very good. So we shared those 3 things, and then we had a glass of rosé. It was really lovely to catch up with her. And then I came home and I caught a cat nap because now I can. And I'm going to go walk down to meet Marlene and have dinner. So that's really the long and short of what's happening with me. Tomorrow morning I have my trainer at 8. Then I made myself an appointment for a massage at Bliss, which is at the W Hotel. So I'm excited to try a massage there. I had been going to Belisante for like years and years. And I really was going in particular because I liked the gal there was one gal that she could do both massages and facials. Her name was Kristen, but she's not there anymore. I have no idea what happened to her. And I don't really like Belisante enough, like, to go there without her. Because the spa itself is not really, like, it's okay. Like, it's got an okay locker room, an okay waiting area. Like, the key there is that the service is really good. And so now that Kristen's gone, I'm like, I'll try somewhere else. So I'm going to Bliss tomorrow to have a massage. And then, I shouldn't say thankfully, but thankfully, I have no plans tomorrow night. I need to stay in. Because I have been eating out, like, way too much. I can tell, like, even though I'm walking a ton and exercising a lot, my belly is bigger than I like it to be. So, that's the story at the moment. Yeah. And I guess that's 6 minutes of yapping on. So enough is enough, and I'm going to get on with my evening. Oh, I'm wearing a Kit+Ace top, an Hermes bangle, my St. John's skirt, Laurent Stacade shoes. Oh, this is where we've discovered the angle's better if I do it like this. And I'm like loving my new Chloe bag, which I have in a haul from Milan to show you, and hopefully by the time this is up, I'll have finally gotten that up. Like, for some reason, the editing is like not going as easily as I would like, but like love this bag. I don't have enough, like, I have so many good things to say about it. Okay, now I will sign off. Bye. Hello. It's Friday, June 23rd at almost 2. What have I been up to? Did I tell you I had a massage yesterday at Bliss Spa at the W? Oh my God, it was so good. So I like massages like, it's not about the pleasure of like the feeling while you're having the massage. It's more about how you feel after. And this woman was awesome. I get these really bad knots. Like, I'm actually sore back here today, but that's good. Like, I get these really bad knots. And at the end, she was like, you've got to really keep that up. But I get really bad knots up here, and then my hip flexors are always really tight. So she told me like what to do in terms of like rolling out my hip flexors. But I think I need to get, like, I probably hadn't had a massage in like over 6 months. So I was definitely overdue. So that was lovely. I stayed in last night. I cooked myself some dinner. I'm getting caught up on House of Cards because I'm still not in the current season. And then today I went to I had to wait around this morning for a package delivery. And then I went to the gym and did some cardio, and I went to the farmer's market, and I had a little lunch, and I've been putzing around, and now I've just bathed, and I'm going to run off to, I need to go do a little shopping. Like, my sister's birthday's coming up, and Alicia's birthday's next month, so I'm going to poke around and see what I can find. And then tonight I'm going to dinner at Sorellina, which is a really fun, nice restaurant here in Boston with my friend Allison. So, I'm in my casual attire now, and I'll gussy up a little more, like before dinner. But anyway, here's the getup. This top is Joan Voss, maybe. These are, which jeans are these? I think J brand. Yeah. Gucci belt, Gucci shoes. Oh, I want to talk to you about that. That's why I put them there. And I've been carrying my new Chloe bag like almost every day. I love, love, love it. Okay, so let's talk about these shoes. About this time last year, I bought a few pairs of shoes at M. And my understanding of the M. like, claim to fame per se is that they're supposedly very well made shoes, like made in Italy, but at a relatively like good price point. So I bought these 3 pairs of shoes last year. Now granted, they were a year old, but I probably wore this pair, like I've probably worn these like not even 10 times, okay? So I wore them like when I went to LA last year, I wore them there a few bit, and I wore them a little bit throughout the summer. But then, you know, like you basically only wear a shoe like this in the Boston area like maximum 3 months of the year. So I wore them beginning of the summer last year, then they sat until just recently I took them out. I wore them once. I went to put them on yesterday, and look at that. I mean, that is ridiculous. I'm very, very disappointed. So I can't decide, like, is it worth it to even, I mean, I'm sure my cobbler can fix it, but, you know, do I bring it and pay, like, probably $30 to have them fixed? Especially for a shoe that I don't really wear all that much. I may contact M. Not that I really think I'm getting anything out of it, but I may contact them just to say, like, for a pair of shoes that was worn not even probably 10 times, like, you got to do better than this. So anyway, I'm very disappointed in that. And that is my story for the day on that front. Yeah, I put up my haul video from Milan, and I have another bunch of backlog videos to do. Like I have still my Milan vlog, which I've got to piece together the footage and see what's really even worth putting together and how to do it. I also still have my shopping haul from Saks, like before I went on holiday. And that's it. So, we will see in what order these things come. Oh, I know I keep forgetting to tell you the fragrance I'm wearing every day. Right now, I'm not wearing any. Oh, I hear thunder. Huh. But I think I'm going to put on, you know, maybe I'll put on my by Kilian Sacred Wood. I haven't worn that in a while. So there you go. And that's it for now. See you later. Bye.